YouTube, hello. You are watching Vlogger Results. This is your boy T Camp and Travis. Uh, Today I'm going to be talking about my top three Christmas questions, and I'm going to be answering them. There's 7 down. Merry Christmas of 2023. I got the watermelon ice Instabar. Cheers. Okay. Stay and watch till the end. I got a bonus question that might just shock you. Alright. As y'all know, the last video, I was a little tipsy, and it's the next day. I was a little hungover this morning, but I'm good now. Okay. Alright. Question number 1. Top 3 Christmas gifts. I have to say number 1 was when the iPad mini first came out. It was highly expensive. My grandmother made a sacrifice to get it for me. And what was the end of it? I had it in the car playing music, and you know, as a youngin', I shot hoops. And it fell off the car, and the glass just shattered. And question number 2 of my top 3 Christmas gifts. Okay, so I'm gonna have to say that this involves with a man named Dennis. Rest in peace to you. Because he didn't have to do it. He was not related to me. He was just my grandmother's friend. He bought me like 25 different PS2 games. Yes, they were used from the pawn shop. It's the thought that matters. So I'm grateful for that one. And then answer number 3 of my top 3 Christmas gifts was when I got a bike. Okay, question number 2. My top 3 Christmas memories. Number 1, I have to say when me and my brother, not by blood, but me and him, we were on a snowmobile, right? And this was my first time ever being on a snowmobile. And man, we were going so fast. He went through the ditch, and I would have swore we were going to flip over, bro. No cap. So I love adrenaline. I've always been an adrenaline junkie since I was a kid. Sometimes I struggle with impulses, and I'm a pyromaniac too. Answer number 2 of my top 3 favorite Christmas memories. Me and my grandmother, and my sister Ashley, we used to go Christmas caroling. This was more in my younger years. We stopped doing it in my teenager years. But man, I've always been a fan of music and singing, and it was cool to just put smiles on people's face and spend time with different people I never knew. And just to see all the Christmas lights and these big old houses. Yeah. And then number 3. This was on Christmas Eve. This was later in the night. Every single restaurant was closed. We were trying to find food. So I don't know why and how, but my grandma was determined to find a place. The only place open? We found Papa John's, man. It's my first time trying Papa John's, and it was honestly delicious, and I never had Papa John's since. Okay, question number 3, my top 3 favorite Christmas candy. Number 1, I have to say the soft peppermints. Growing up, my grandma used to get those, a big bucket of them, and I'm sure I probably ate more of the bucket than what she did. Favorite Christmas candy number 2, is rock candy, man. Number three, it has to be the strawberry white chocolate Christmas balls. Woo! Yeah, man, I like those. Question number four, my top three favorite outside Christmas moments. Outside. Well, okay. So answer number one, my cousin, not gonna say the name, but shout out to just the initials, AJ. Yeah, I remember he came to my grandmother's house where I was living back in the day from South Carolina, and um, I was living in the upstairs room, and I heard a bang on my window. Didn't know what it was, kind of made me jump. I looked, and I saw freaking snow falling off it. And then I was like, alright, probably an icicle or something. I sat back down to continue playing my game. Then, bah! I heard it again. Yeah, just like that sound you heard. I heard it again, and I looked. It was my cousin, AJ. Not gonna say the name. He threw the snowball up there. And man, that was like the second time I saw him in years, bro. Years. So that was a good moment right there. Favorite outside Christmas moment number two. Honestly, man. Oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time with this one. Mm. I'm gonna have to go with generic. Uh, no, this one wasn't generic. So I remember my grandmother had a neighbor couple houses down. They don't live there no more. Not gonna give the name. I don't know their last name, so I'll just say their first name. His name was Andy, and him and his brothers built this ginormous igloo. Ginormous igloo, man. I'm talking like you can just go in through it, and you can sit down in there. And like we had lawn chairs in there. I'm not gonna lie, I was probably like 10 years old, and they smoked weed in there. I did not know what weed was back then, and but yeah, I really just enjoyed that. And then the third one's gonna have to be something generic. Me and my grandma used to drive to the rich part of the area and see these awesome Christmas lights on these big old mansion houses. Yeah, okay. Top three least favorite Christmas memories. Number one, it has to be, okay, so this was when my grandmother and her sister, my Aunt Sandy, was alive. My uncle, the whole family came over. My cousins, all my cousins came over. And so this situation involves my Uncle Steven and a cousin's boyfriend. Oops, wasn't supposed to say her name. Uh, okay. Yeah, so, the football game was on, and they were drinking. This was after we ate and had opened our gifts. So we were all just chilling watching the game. Uh, the uncle and my cousin's boyfriend ended up getting in a fight, bro. It all started with a yelling match, and then the egos got involved. And then I think my cousin's boyfriend slapped my uncle, and they took it. And I remember my Aunt Sandy, bro, no cap. She used to work for the police force in Pennsylvania, and so I remember I wanted to, break it up, but I was probably like 12 years old. And my grandma, my mom, and my sister kind of held me back. But then what happened? My grandma kicked them out and my Aunt Sandy kicked them out. And I remember they were outside just scrapping. The police got called. Oh, it was a night. It was a night. Number two of my least favorite Christmas memories. When I found out Santa wasn't real, I guess. So, my grandmother's house, we had the stairs. And on these stairs, you could just peek your head down and you could see downstairs. I saw someone putting Christmas presents under the tree, but I was like, where's the red coat? Where's the beard? Where's the hair? And then it clicked. This person was dressed in a nightgown. I was like, that's my grandma. Santa ain't real. And that was that. And then number three, has to be when my mom lost her Jeep. Yeah, man, my mother used to Jeep. Or my mother used to drive. And I remember I had a sound bar in her back seat. And we had to walk to my grandma's. I was carrying that sound bar. And what a moment, what a moment. Since then, my mother has not driven. Alright, question number 6 that I'm going to answer. My top 3 favorite Christmas movies. Number 1, I don't necessarily know if this is a Christmas movie, but it's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah. If y'all know what yeah is, then you know. If not, take it what it is. Number 2. Jeez. I never really watched too many Christmas movies. So I'm gonna have to say number 2 is unknown and number 3 is unknown. Alright, question number 7. My top 3 Christmas albums. Oh jeez. I gotta say number 1 is Frank Sinatra, because that's like my definition of classic. Frank Sinatra and Elvis Presley. Number 2, I'm not gonna cap with you guys. Justin Bieber's Christmas album in 2013. Number 3 had to be Now That's What I Call Christmas. I used to collect those Now albums. My father used to get me those every Christmas. Well, wait, they dropped the album, I think, 3 times a year, so, yeah. And here, I got a bonus question for y'all. Y'all may not expect this, but my top 3 worst moments of T Camp. I'm gonna drop that pipe bomb here. So, it had to be, my goodness. Oh. I'm not here to get in my feelings. I'm here to let y'all in some insight about the creator you're watching. So, honestly, number 1 will probably have to be when this ain't funny. I'm sorry for laughing, but my mother... Remember, guys, I was a violent kid. I forgave myself for all of this. I'm 26 now, but... My mother was riding her bike and I took the basketball and I threw it at her head. She fell and yeah, that was definitely horrible of me. I was probably like 10 years old. Number 2, it was when I told my cousin, not saying the name, the initials is KH. I told her that Santa wasn't real. I don't really regret it, but at the same time, it's not something I'm proud of. Because I believe Jesus is the reason for this season. And then Santa Claus is, okay, supposedly, quote unquote, the thing that brings cheer and stuff. And it's not really my favorite thing. Number 3. It was definitely when I was an atheist growing up. and my grandma wanted to get up for Christmas Eve service. I gave her a hard time, bro. I wasn't the person I am now. Now I'm a born again believer. Then I was an atheist. And, man, I was cursing up a storm. I was blaspheming God. I was telling her all this BS, man. And, she ended up leaving me home. I was happy then. But, oh, man, I used to give my grandma lots of distress and discord, so. But yeah, that's the end of this video, y'all. Merry freaking Christmas. I'm gonna try to add the Christmas photos I got yesterday into this video. In between every question, honestly. So that way I'm not flooding you guys with photos at the end. We're gonna cheers. If y'all got strawberry milk with you. Cheers, cheers, cheers. I love it. And then if y'all vape, pick up your vapes, man, and let's cheers. Watermelon Ice by Instabar. Alright. You guys have just watched vlogger results with your dude T-Camp. I'm gonna need y'all to give this video a like. Comment whatever you want to comment. A suggestion is Merry Christmas if y'all don't know what to comment. Share with a friend. Subscribe. And if y'all don't like the video, dislike the video and let me know why in the comments. I'm an open mind. I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to hate. I'm open to love. It's more easier for me to ignore hate though. So good luck. I love you guys. Take care.